training with one of my guys this morning, and he said to me, I keep getting cramp constantly. I get it in my leg, I get it in my foot, in my calves. I just keep cramping up really violently during training. In particularly, like when we're getting a really good sweat on, when it's a heavy session, I just get this crippling cramp. And thankfully, for once, this is a very straightforward answer and a very straightforward fix. And I asked him, how much salt do you get? And his instant response, which is, it makes me laugh because it shows that there's a bit of misinformation out there in the world about this. His instant response was, oh no, none. As if I was gonna tell him you're probably eating too much salt. Because there's this whole thing around at the moment about salt and cutting down our intake of sodium and all the rest of it. And I said, well, that's your problem. And he looked at me perplexed, and I was like, that's the problem. A sodium deficiency, a big sign of that is cramp, muscle cramp. And it's hugely affected, obviously. When you sweat and you lose whatever little sodium you did have left in your system, it kicks in all the worse and all the more so. And especially when you're trying to get your muscles to use oxygen, trying to recover and move around and all the rest of it. We all know about what Lucozade is, or Gatorade, or Powerade, or any of these sports drinks. A big part of it is that it has sodium in it. It has electrolytes, so it has some of the minerals that we lose through sweat whilst we're exercising and training. And they actually play a massively vital role in your performance. Put the cramp aside, which will instantly be fixed by you taking in a little bit of salt before or during training, but also your ability to perform for longer. It's a huge part of fatigue. And when we talk about being dehydrated, it's not just the lack of water. Hydration is also your mineral profile and the sodium and all these other things that we get when we eat a balanced diet and when we drink plenty of water and all the rest of it. Now, the issue, and I guess where this all comes from, is people who don't exercise and don't move and eat diets with excessive amounts of salt. Yes, obviously, you're going to have health problems. Duh. But if you exercise regularly, if you take part, especially in strenuous cardio-based exercise, such as martial arts training, where you sweat a lot, it's an essential part of your diet. And in particular, pre-workout, you should be taking on some. And during the workout, there is nothing wrong with taking on some. On the topic of that, making your own Lucozade is very easy, very affordable. You don't need, every time you train, to go to the shop and buy a £1.50 or whatever it is where you get it from, bottle of sports drink. Nice and simple, nice and easy. Get a bottle of water, get some squash, but not the sugar-free variety. So get a full-fledged, full sugar. You want red on the little label at the bottom. And make that, and then quite literally, pinch of salt in the bottle with it. Give it a good shake, and you've got yourself an isotonic sports drink ready to go. Now, is it perfectly balanced every single time? No, probably not, but you really don't need to be so concerned with the minutiae of it. You know what I mean? It's a sports drink. It's going to give you some sugars back. It's going to replenish glycogen, and it's going to replenish your minerals and keep you hydrated and keep your fluids up. That is the focus. So that's it, really. It's a straightforward fix. If you do suffer with cramp from exercise, take a look at how much salt you're taking in. And maybe it's a case of meal timing, placing it in the right place. But I think you'll find, as he did, it was a pretty instant fix.